Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it?
Milky, and he's back.
Why you do
Would
it?
he never?
Why you do that to yourself? I don't even know why you did that to yourself, man. When you was doing that verse, you should have been doing your job, B. See?
L. Cool J and Jay-Z, two rap legends with a rivalry that has simmered for decades. But what if we told you that this conflict goes far beyond music? Rumors have been swirling for years, with insiders claiming that Jay-Z used his influence to sabotage L. Cool J's career, and others suggesting that their feud even became physical. Did Jay-Z really try to take L. Cool J out of the game by any means necessary? And why do some people think Jay-Z's success might not be as legitimate as it seems? We are diving deep into the shady tactics, the alleged backstabbing, and the shocking truths that have kept these two icons at odds. Trust us, you won't want to miss this.
We were young, super young. From what I understand, maybe, there was a contest or something, and, he rapped and I laughed at him or something. But, we little kids.
Oh, so that's
He's probably a year younger than me, right? Maybe a year and a half, okay? So if I'm 16 or 17 and he's 15 or 16, just think about us.
But let's not beat around the bush. Was there really a feud between Jay-Z and L. Cool J, or is this just another case of the rumor mill working overtime? To answer that, we have to rewind a bit and look at the origins of this rivalry. You see, L. Cool J was one of the first rappers to achieve mainstream success, becoming a household name in the 80s and 90s.
Kevin back on Block TV live. Standing next to me is, if you don't know who he is, I don't know what to tell you. It's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. My man LL Cool J, live on Block TV. What's up, L?
Everything's good, baby. Real good. Real good. Excellent.
He's the man here. LL, right now, the state of hip-hop. I've been saying, the greatest still walking around, man. You're still reinventing yourself. 80s, 90s, 2000. How do you keep reinventing yourself, man, and be able to stay on top of the game?
Yeah, I really love what I do. I'm passionate about it. And at the same time, I don't let my mistakes ruin me or crush me. I use my mistakes to my advantage. And honestly, I love the competition. The competition for me is beautiful. I'm about to smack some cats around here soon. They talking a little reckless out there. They stepped in, got themselves in trouble. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. This next couple of months of hip-hop is about to be real exciting and a lot of fun.
If you're a real hip-hop head, you know two things growing up. You don't battle MC Light if you're a female, and you don't battle LL Cool J if you're a male.
Yeah, but you know what?
Or a female.
He was a pioneer, a trailblazer who paved the way for many of the artists we know today. But as hip-hop evolved, a new generation of rappers emerged, hungry for the top spot. Enter Jay-Z, a rising star in the 90s who would eventually become one of the biggest names in the industry. But was there enough room at the top for both of them?
Is that where the whole Jay-Z and LL Cool J got problems came from?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you, bro.
Now, here's where things get juicy. According to multiple insiders, Jay-Z didn't think so. In fact, there are claims that he saw L. Cool J as a threat to his own rise to power in the rap game. Some say that Jay-Z was determined to cement his position as the king of New York, and in his mind, there was only room for one. What better way to secure that throne than by taking down one of the genre's original icons?
That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good.
Fast forward to the early 2000s, and the tension between these two was becoming impossible to ignore. L. Cool J was still putting out music, but the industry had changed, and some believe that Jay-Z, who had by then become president of Def Jam Recordings, played a key role in ensuring that L's projects didn't get the attention they deserved.
People need to understand that. And as far as going at Jay, it's nothing personal. This is purely business. All I wanted him to do, all I want the record company to do is promote my records. I'm not looking to assassinate anybody's character. I'm not looking to degrade nobody. I ain't got to do that. Why would I need to do that? I'm going on my 13th record. And not my 13th record because I jammed 13 albums in the 12 or 13 years. I'm going on my 13th record in my 24th year of my career.
And we're talking about deliberate sabotage, allegedly withholding resources, delaying album releases, and even influencing radio play. Sources close to the situation suggest that Jay-Z used his newfound power at Def Jam to stifle L. Cool J's career, making sure his own star shone brighter by dimming L's.
People when they look at me, they got to understand who's talking. You know what I'm saying? This is I'm not new to this. I do this for real. I've been doing this. And, a record needs to be promoted. And if somebody gives you their word, they got to keep it. It's as simple as that. So as far as me trying to degrade homeboy or begrudging someone's success, it's impossible because I'm successful. Extremely.
But it doesn't stop there. Cool J himself has hinted at the tension in various interviews, albeit in a cryptic manner. He's alluded to the fact that there were forces at play that tried to sideline him during that era. And while he hasn't named Jay-Z outright, the implications are clear to anyone paying attention. In one particularly revealing interview, Cool J remarked, "I was fighting battles people didn't even know about. The industry can be a cold place, especially when people want to take what you've built." And if you're wondering why this topic is coming up now, it's because Cool J recently opened up more than ever about those difficult years. During a conversation on a popular podcast, finally addressed the rumors head on. There were definitely moments where I felt like someone was pulling strings behind the scenes, making sure I wasn't getting the push I needed. He said, adding, "But at the end of the day, I'm still here, still relevant, and that's what matters." But let's not forget the most shocking claim of all, that this rivalry even got physical. There are whispers that during one heated exchange, Jay-Z and Cool J almost came to blows. The story goes that Cool J confronted Jay-Z about his behavior during a Def Jam meeting, and things got so tense that the two nearly threw punches. While this story has never been confirmed, the fact that it continues to circulate speaks volumes about the intensity of their feud.
I don't have to play those games, you know. I'm like some new cat that's looking to pick at somebody or take shots at somebody. I'm not looking to do that. They didn't promote my record. I want my records promoted, and that's what it is. And I met with them and told them the same thing to their faces. So this is not, you know, and as far as people talking about, oh, well, he could have got this person on the phone, I called. You don't pick up the phone, I fire a shot in the air.
It's worth noting that Cool J has always been known for his cool demeanor, but he's no pushover. He built his career on being tough and resilient, so it's not hard to imagine him standing up to someone like Jay-Z. On the other hand, Jay-Z, known for his strategic mind and calculating moves, would likely have seen any confrontation as just another chess move in his quest for dominance.
Russell and Rick actually and starting Def Jam, so I'm not, like, I don't begrudge nobody their success and anything that's happening in their lives. And I hear a lot of silly shit about people talking about, like, I want a job up there. Like, what part of me being LL Cool J makes somebody think I want a job at a record company? Like, I don't know where people get that idea from, but that's like a fantasy.
So, was Jay-Z really trying to destroy Cool J's career? Well, if you believe the rumors, it sure looks that way. Jay-Z's rise to power at Def Jam coincided almost too perfectly with Cool J's decline in visibility. And while it's easy to dismiss this as a coincidence, there are just too many pieces of the puzzle that fit together a little too neatly. From the delayed album releases to the whispers of behind the scenes manipulation, it's hard to ignore the possibility that Jay-Z was orchestrating L's downfall from the shadows.
I know so much on how you got where you are. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top.
And here's where the speculation gets even more interesting. Some insiders believe that Jay-Z's tactics weren't just about eliminating competition. They were also about rewriting history. By sidelining Cool J, Jay-Z could position himself as the undisputed king of New York hip-hop, effectively erasing the contributions of those who came before him. It's a bold theory, but one that has gained traction among those who have seen the inner workings of the music industry up close.
And honestly, I love the competition. Like, you know, the competition for me is beautiful. I'm about to smack some cats around here soon.
As for Cool J, he's never been one to back down from a challenge. Despite everything, he has managed to stay relevant, reinventing himself time and time again. From his acting career to his ongoing presence in the music scene, Cool J has proven that he's not someone who can be easily pushed aside.
So all I did was, there were songs out, I made some contrasting statements based on his song and my song like that. There was no disrespect, but again, that goes back to that sensitivity, B. Dudes be sensitive, man. It's like, dude, like, don't assume the worst. Why are you assuming the worst?
And perhaps that's the ultimate irony. Despite Jay-Z's alleged efforts to sabotage him, Cool J remains a respected and influential figure in both music and pop culture.
I have no, like, malice. I'm like, it's all love for me. Like, and I mean that sincerely. Like, I don't have no type of ill feelings, no type of weird vibes. Like, I wish everybody success. I want to see everybody succeed, Joe. So,
in the end, this rivalry is a classic tale of power, ego, and survival in the cutthroat world of hip-hop. It's a reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, there are always darker forces at play, shaping the careers of our favorite stars. But wait, if you think the feud between Jay-Z and LL Cool J is where the story ends, you're in for a wild ride. You see, Jay-Z's connection to the mysterious and powerful Illuminati is a rumor that has circulated for years, making this saga even more intriguing. Some say that Jay-Z didn't just outmaneuver LL Cool J with shrewd business tactics. He might have had a little help from the dark side. That's right. Whispers in the industry have long suggested that Jay-Z's meteoric rise wasn't solely due to his undeniable talent and business acumen. Instead, some believe he might have struck a deal with the devil, aligning himself with the Illuminati to ensure his dominance over the music industry. Now, we know what you're thinking. This sounds like something straight out of a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, and in many ways it is. But when you dig a little deeper, the connections start to get eerie. Take, for instance, the symbolism in Jay-Z's music videos. Many fans and conspiracy theorists alike point to the occult imagery scattered throughout his work, flashing images of skulls, cryptic symbols, and those infamous hand gestures that some claim are secret Illuminati signs. In his 2009 video for On to the Next One, Jay-Z is surrounded by symbols that some say are clear nods to his involvement with this secretive organization.
Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled is a scene with checkerboards. These are all occult, Satanist, symbolic symbols.
It's not just about success, they argue, but about controlling the narrative, rewriting history, and ensuring that only those in the know or those who are willing to play the game get to stay on top.
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
And let's not forget the notorious Baphomet horns, a symbol often associated with Satanism and the occult that supposedly appear in his videos. Critics argue that these symbols aren't just for shock value. They're a nod to the secret pact Jay-Z has allegedly made with the Illuminati, ensuring his reign in the music industry and beyond. Of course, Jay-Z himself has played coy about these rumors. He's a master of using controversy to his advantage, understanding that the more people speculate, the more his name stays in the headlines. But for those who are convinced of his ties to the Illuminati, his denials are just part of the act, a smokescreen to distract from what's really going on behind the scenes.
And when you see, there's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their soul. This is what I look for. When I see a success, I'm looking for anything
to say that they didn't do it on their own?
Yeah, detain it, not to say it.
And what about LL Cool J? Some theorists suggest that his struggles in the 2000s might not have been due to Jay-Z's influence alone, but were part of a larger, more sinister plot to remove him from the scene. If Jay-Z really is connected to such a powerful organization, it would explain how he was able to sideline LL Cool J so effectively. After all, how could a rap icon like L, who had dominated the charts for years, suddenly find himself struggling to keep up? Was it just the changing tides of the music industry, or was something darker at play?
But in this perverted, sick, twisted industry, these gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels, you know?
Jay-Z's history with crime only adds fuel to this fire. We're talking about a man who once stabbed a record producer, who admitted to dealing substances in his youth, and who's had more than one brush with the law. His past is far from squeaky clean, and for those who believe in the Illuminati's influence, this criminal background is just another sign that Jay-Z has always been connected to the underworld, both in the literal and metaphorical sense.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Some even argue that his rise to power was orchestrated, with the Illuminati ensuring that someone with Jay-Z's ruthless ambition and street smarts would climb the ranks, becoming the perfect puppet to influence the masses through music. As for LL Cool J, while he might not have sold his soul, he certainly had to fight battles most of us can't even begin to understand.
Why not assume the best? Why not say, yo, let's with something? Like, why does it have to be, I'm dissing you? Like, I wasn't dissing that man. I had no reason to diss him. Like, for what? Even to today, I don't want to diss homie. For what? I don't want nothing from him. I don't need nothing from him. I'm not looking for nothing, but I don't have no problems. Like.
So, the music industry is tough, but when you throw in the possibility of secret societies pulling the strings, it becomes a battlefield. And not everyone is as lucky as they seem. Take Beyonce, for instance. While the world sees her as an untouchable queen, there are whispers that she's not quite as in control of her life as we might think. According to some sources, Jay-Z keeps a tight grip on his wife, allegedly ensuring she stays in line by any means necessary. Some even claim that he's been keeping her under the influence, ensuring she remains submissive and compliant.
As you guys are coming in that you can hear me and see me, I'm pretty sure that you can. This is some exclusive tea that I got a little while back.
This narrative, as wild as it sounds, has been fueled by claims from Jay-Z's former bodyguard, who recently dropped bombshell allegations about the power dynamics in their relationship.
Ain't nobody around to tell them what to do, and they just get to act a fool. Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
This isn't the first time Jay-Z has been accused of sinister behavior, either. Remember Kathy Karina White? The young fitness and beauty expert who was rumored to be Jay-Z's mistress. She was found lifeless at just 28-year-old, reportedly from an aneurysm. But the timing and circumstances of her demise have raised more than a few eyebrows. Those close to her have whispered about the possibility of foul play, with some suggesting that she knew too much about Jay-Z's private life and had to be silenced. It's a chilling thought, but in a world where power and reputation are everything, could it really be that far-fetched?
If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some keep getting?
Right.
And if that's not enough to make you question Jay-Z's methods, consider the tragic demise at Aaliyah. The beloved rap star lost her life in a plane crash in 2001 under circumstances that have been the subject of endless speculation.
It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned.
Some theorists believe that Aaliyah's demise was part of a sinister plot to pave the way for Beyoncé's rise to stardom. The theory suggests that Jay-Z and others in the industry, potentially with ties to the Illuminati, orchestrated her demise to eliminate a competitor and secure Beyoncé's future as the reigning queen of reigning queen.
She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs.
It's a theory that seems straight out of a thriller, but the eerie coincidences and the fact that Aaliyah's demise remains shrouded in mystery keep it alive. Even more bizarre is the recent revelation that Aaliyah may have been sedated before boarding the ill-fated flight. A witness from the Bahamas claims that Aaliyah was given a pill by someone on her team, knocking her out before she was carried onto the plane. This new detail only adds to the suspicion that something more sinister was at play that day. Was it just a tragic accident, or was it a calculated move by those who had something to gain from her demise?
Why the f would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Yeah. Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm going to ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
As the pieces of this dark puzzle come together, it paints a disturbing picture of Jay-Z's, a man who, if the rumors are to be believed, has not only manipulated his way to the top, but also eliminated anyone who posed a threat to his empire. Whether it's silencing mistresses, controlling his wife, or being involved in the mysterious demises of industry rivals, the allegations against him are as chilling as they are compelling.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again.
And yet, despite all this, Jay-Z remains at the pinnacle of success, seemingly untouchable. But with so many dark clouds swirling around his past, one has to wonder, how long can he keep the truth from coming out?
There are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Fans have certainly not held back in expressing their thoughts on the rivalry between L. Cool J and Jay-Z, and the opinions are as varied as they are intense. One fan remarked Jay-Z had to throw way more people under the bus and ride backs to get to where he is now, but guys like Nas, Shakur, and 50 Cent had way more star power than Jay-Z did. This perspective echoes a common sentiment that Jay-Z's rise wasn't just about talent, but also about strategic and sometimes ruthless maneuvers. It suggests that while Jay-Z may have reached the pinnacle of success, his path there was littered with sacrifices and possibly the sidelining of others like L. Cool J.
Still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
Another fan offered a more cynical view of what it takes to achieve such heights, saying, the art to becoming a billionaire is being prepared to play the cutthroat game as a master. No one makes that much money being nice, kind, fair, and worrying about having friends. This comment underscores the belief that the entertainment industry, especially at the level Jay-Z operates, is inherently brutal. Fans seem to acknowledge that such power and wealth come at a cost, and it's this very cutthroat nature that fuels theories about Jay-Z's alleged tactics against L. Cool J.
The both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
Together, these fan opinions paint a picture of Jay-Z as someone who has had to navigate and dominate a fiercely competitive industry, possibly at the expense of others. Whether or not these actions were justified, fans clearly believe that the darker side of Jay-Z's ambition played a significant role in his rise to power, leaving a trail of rivalries and controversies in its wake. So, what do you think? Was Jay-Z's rise to the top really fueled by ruthless ambition, or is it all just a series of unfortunate coincidences for those who crossed his path? And do you believe L. Cool J was truly sidelined by industry forces, or was it simply the natural ebb and flow of a changing music scene? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.